Hi guys, it's Marty here from letsbuildwp.com, and in this video we're going to be covering how to start a blog step by step. Even if you've only ever used your computer for sending emails and browsing Facebook, you should still have no problems following this tutorial. You don't need to have any previous experience, we're not going to be using any complicated coding, and the whole process is only going to take us about 40 minutes to complete. Okay, so in the intro, I said you won't need any previous experience, and that we won't be using any coding to create our blog. And that's because we'll be using WordPress.org. This is the same platform used by companies like Sony, Forbes, and MTV, just to name a few. And believe it or not, there are only 5 main steps to starting a blog with WordPress. So the first thing we'll need to do is get web hosting and a domain name for our new blog. Then once we have our hosting and domain name, we can move on to installing WordPress. This is only going to take about 60 seconds or so for us to do, and as WordPress is open source, it's also 100% free for us to install. Then once we've installed WordPress, we're going to move on to the third step, which is installing and customizing a WordPress theme. This is going to change the entire look of our WordPress site and make it more like the blog we're trying to build. Then we're going to move on to step number 4, which is adding an about page. This is where we can tell our readers who we are and what they can expect from our blog. And once we know how to create one page, we can use the same steps to create as many pages as we like. And then finally, the last thing we'll cover is how to add our actual blog posts, and our posts will have text, images, and a comment section at the bottom for our visitors to leave a reply. Now, I will also cover a few other bits and pieces as we go along, but these really are the 5 main steps to starting a blog with WordPress. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is register hosting and a domain name for our blog. And we can actually get both of these things at the same place, which is a website called hostgator.com. So we just need to open up our internet browser and go to hostgator.com. Once we get here, we just want to hover over hosting at the top and click shared hosting. And this is going to show us the 3 different hosting plans that HostGator offer. Now, to be totally honest, the business plan comes with a bunch of added extras you're probably not going to need when just getting started, which really just leaves it between the hatchling plan and the baby plan. And the only real difference between these 2 plans is the amount of blogs we can have on each one. So if you're only going to be creating one blog, you can go for the hatchling plan, or if you're going to create more than one, you can go for the baby plan. Then once we've decided on our plan, we just need to click Buy Now underneath. That's going to bring us to this page, and this is where we can register the domain name we want for our new blog. So we just need to type the domain name we're wanting to register into this box, and for this example, I'm going to type blog about coffee. Then we can choose our domain extension using this drop-down menu on the right, and I'm going to choose .com. So my domain name would be blogaboutcoffee.com. Then as long as the domain's available, it's going to say primary domain here, but if it comes up and says the domain's not available, unfortunately we'll need to choose something else. Then once we've chosen our domain and we know it's available, we just need to scroll down a little bit to where it says Domain Privacy Protection, and this is an optional add-on. To be honest, I normally just uncheck this box and haven't had any problems to date. But if you want to keep your blog totally anonymous, just leave this box checked and it'll be added to your bill. Then underneath it says choose a hosting plan, and here we just want to check our package type is correct and choose a billing cycle. I went for the hatchling plan, so this is correct. And then here on the right, we can choose how often we'd like to pay for our hosting. Now, we do save quite a bit of money the longer we buy at one time, so this might be something to think about. But as I'm just doing it for the example, I'm going to set mine to monthly. Then once we're done here, we can scroll down, and here we're just going to enter our email address and choose a password and security pin for our account. Then under this we can enter our personal billing information, so things like our name and address. And on the right we can choose how we'd like to pay for our order, and for this example I'm going to choose PayPal. Then once we're done here we can scroll down, and we'll see it says add additional services. These are just some added extras that HostGator offer, and I normally just uncheck these boxes myself. But you can have a read through them, and if you want any, just check the box and they'll be added to your bill. Then once we're done here, if we scroll down, we'll see it says enter a coupon code. Now there might already be a coupon entered in here, worth 20 or 25% off, but if we delete it, and instead enter blog hosting 1, when we click validate, we'll see that we're now getting our first month hosting for only 1 penny. Then once we're done here, if we scroll down, we can just double check our order's correct and see what we're getting. But before that, I'd just like to quickly mention that I'll be paid a small commission from HostGator if you make a purchase through my link or using one of my coupon codes. This won't cost you anything extra, and any money made will be used towards making more free tutorials like this one. But anyway, let's get back to the tutorial. So here we just want to make sure our order's correct, and we can also see they offer 24/7 phone, live chat and email support for free, and they have a 45-day money-back guarantee. Then once we're happy with everything here, we just need to check the box to agree to their terms, and then click check out now. So I'm just going to pause this video while I fill out my personal information above. So if you're following along at home, just pause the video while you're paying for your order, and then come back and press play when you're done, and we can continue creating our blog together. Then once we're back into the dashboard, the next thing we're going to do is delete any demo pages and posts that we have on our blog, and to do this, we just need to click where it says pages on the left. This is then going to show us any pages we have on our site, which at the moment is just a few sample pages we don't need. Then to delete a page, we just need to hover our mouse over it and click trash. And then we can do the same thing for any other pages we have. Then once we've deleted our demo pages, we're just going to do the same thing for our demo blog post. And to do this, we're going to click posts on the left instead of pages. Once again, this will show us any posts we have on our site, and at the minute it's just this Hello World demo post. And we can delete this in the same way as pages. We just need to hover our mouse over it and click trash. And now that we've deleted our demo pages and posts, if we click our blog title in the top left to visit our site, we'll see that it now says nothing found on the home page, and the demo page is now gone from our menu as well. Okay, so that's me now back, and when I finished paying for my order, I was brought to a page saying thank you, and then redirected to the home page. At this point, we can actually close out of HostGator, and instead we want to open up our email inbox, where we should find a few new emails from HostGator. These emails contain some pretty important information, so we should keep them safe, but for now we're just going to click into the email that says Your Account Info. In this email we'll see we have a link to our control panel, which is also known as our cPanel, our username and password for logging in, and some other information about our account. But for now we just want to click the link to our control panel, which is going to open up the cPanel login screen in a new tab. And now we're just going to copy and paste our username and password from this email into the cPanel login screen. Then we just need to click Login, and this is us going to be logging into the HostGator cPanel, which is where we're going to be installing WordPress. So we just need to scroll down to where it says Software, and then click WordPress Manager. Then we need to click Install, and this is going to open up the WordPress setup screen. Here we're just going to change the box labeled Protocol from HTTPS to HTTP, and then make sure our domain name is selected in the box beside it. Now we need to scroll down to where it says Admin Account, and here we can change our admin username for logging into our blog, our password for logging in, and our email address. Then once we're done here, we're just going to scroll down to the very bottom and click Install. HostGator's then going to start installing WordPress onto our new domain and hosting. This will usually take less than a minute, and once it's finished it'll say congratulations, the software was installed. At this point we can click the link beside where it says admin URL, which will open up the WordPress dashboard in a new tab, and this is where we can add any content or make any changes to our blog, which by the way is now live online. All we need to do to visit our new blog is click our site title in the top left. And that's going to show us what WordPress looks like when we first install it. Now sometimes they change up the default theme, so yours might look a little different than mine, but either way it's just going to be some demo content and not much else. But it's ready for us to start customizing and adding content to. And then to get back to the WordPress dashboard, we just need to click our site title again in the top left. And this grey bar running along the top is only visible to us when we're logged in, so people visiting our blog aren't going to see this. And now the next thing we're going to do is change our theme, which is going to change the entire look of our blog. So to do this we need to click our site title in the top left to go back to the dashboard. Then we can click Appearance on the left, and this is going to show us any themes that we have installed. And as we can see, I'm currently using the 2019 theme, as it's the one that says active. Now we can activate one of these other themes if we like, by hovering our mouse over it and clicking Activate, but instead we're going to install a new theme. And to do this, we just need to click Add New at the top, which is going to show us all the different themes available for us to install. And we can sort through these themes at the top by Featured, Popular, and Latest. Or if we know the theme we're going to be using, we just need to type it into the search bar in the top right. And for this tutorial, we're going to be using an awesome theme called Primer. So to search for the theme, we're just going to type the word Primer into the search bar in the top right. Then when it shows up, we need to click Install, give it a second to install, and then click Activate. Then once it's active, we can click our blog title in the top left to visit our site. And we'll see that the entire look of our blog has now changed. We still don't have any content yet, but it's already starting to look much better. And now the next thing we're going to do is customize our theme so it looks more like the blog we're trying to create. And to do this, we just need to click where it says Customize in the top left. And here we have our different theme options on the left, and a live preview of our blog on the right. Then if we click into the first option on the left, labelled Site Identity, we can change our site title and tagline by changing the text that appears in these two boxes. So for this example, if I change my site title on the left to say Blog About Coffee, we'll see that it updates right away in the preview on the right. Then we can do the same thing for our tagline, which is the line of text that appears underneath our blog title. So I'm just going to quickly type something in here on the left. And once again, when I do this, we'll see it appears on the right. Then if we have a logo we'd like to use instead, we can click Select Logo at the top, and then click Upload Files in the middle. Now we're just going to search for the image on our computer, and when we find it, we just need to click on it and click Open. Once the image has been uploaded, we can click Select in the bottom right. Then we can either crop our image if we need to, or click Skip Cropping. When we do this, we'll see that our logo now appears in the preview on the right above our site title. But if we want to hide the text, we just need to uncheck the box beside Display Site Title and Tagline on the left, and when we do this, we'll see the text disappear. Then, once we're happy with everything here, we can click Publish at the top to save our changes, and then click the back pointing arrow to go back to the list of options. Then here on the left, we're going to skip over Layout and click into Colors. And this is where we can change our different blog colors. So if we click into the first option on the left, which is Color Scheme, we can choose from some preset color schemes using this drop-down list. And as we can see, this will change all of the different colors of our blog. So we just want to go through these and choose whatever one we like best. Personally, I'm going to keep it on the default scheme, as I think it looks best with the logo I'm using in this example. And don't worry if you don't like any of these preset color schemes, because if we click the back pointing arrow in the top left, we can use the rest of these options on the left to change the individual colors. So if we click into Color Palette here on the left, we can change each of the main colors from the color scheme we chose. Then if we click the back pointing arrow, we can also use the rest of these options to change each of the individual colors. I'm just going to leave them as they are to save time, but you can mess around with these options until you get the perfect colors for your blog. Then once we're happy with our blog colors, we just need to click Publish up at the top to save our changes, then click the back pointing arrow to go back. Now on the left, we're going to click into Header Media, which is where we can add a header image to the top of our blog. And to do this, we just need to scroll down to the bottom on the left and click Add New Image. Then we can click Upload Files at the top, select Files in the middle, and then search for the image on our computer. When we find it, we just need to click on it and click Open. And then once it's been uploaded, we can click Select and Crop in the bottom right. Then here we can either crop our image or click Skip Cropping in the bottom right. And when we do this, we'll see our header image now appears in the live preview on the right. Then on the left, we just want to scroll back up to the top and uncheck the box beside Use Featured Image. And this is going to stop our header image from changing when people visit our blog posts. And now we can click Publish at the top, and then click the back pointing arrow to go back to the options. And then the last thing we're going to do here in our theme options is change what's known as our sidebar, which is this part that appears down the right hand side of our blog. And we can change our sidebar using something called Widgets. So we just need to click into where it says Widgets on the left, and then click into Sidebar. And here on the left, we'll see all the different widgets that make up our sidebar. And the first thing we're going to do here is delete any that we don't want. So we just need to click on any widgets that we want to delete on the left, then click Remove. And when we do this, we'll see it's deleted from our sidebar on the right. Then we just need to do the same thing for any other widgets we're wanting to remove, which for me is going to be all of them, apart from the recent posts. Then once we've removed any we don't want, we can start to add some new widgets to our sidebar. And the first thing I'm going to add in this example is a little bit of text about my blog. So to do this, we just need to click where it says add a widget on the left, then scroll down to the bottom of this list and choose text. And this is going to add the text widget to the bottom of our sidebar. Then we just need to type our title into this first box. And when we do this, we'll see it shows up in the preview on the right. Then we can type our main text into the box underneath. And once again, we'll see it appears on the right. And I probably should point out here that the only reason our recent posts aren't appearing in the preview on the right is because we haven't added any. But once we start adding some blog posts, it will show a list of our most recent posts. Then say we wanted to add an image to our sidebar as well. We just need to click add a widget again on the left, then scroll up a bit and choose image. Then we're going to click add image on the left, click upload files at the top, select files in the middle, and then search for the image on our computer. When we find it, we just need to click on it and click open. Then once it's uploaded, we just need to click add to widget in the bottom right, and we'll see that it now appears in our sidebar on the right. Then we can also change the order of our sidebar as well if we like. First we just need to click this little up pointing arrow on the image widget to close the options, and then we can simply click and drag the different widgets into the order we want. For this example, I'm going to drag my image to the top and my recent posts to the bottom. And when I do this, we'll see that they update in real time on the right. Well, apart from the recent posts, which won't show up until we start adding some blog posts. Now, we can add some other widgets as well in the same way, but these are the main ones you'll want to know when just getting started. Then, once we're happy with our sidebar, we just need to click Publish at the top to save our changes, and then click the X in the top left to close out of the theme options. And at this point, we're going to see that all of our changes are now live on our blog. So we have our logo and our header image at the top. Our colors will be updated if we change them. And we also have our sidebar looking great. So now that we've installed and customized our theme, we can finally start adding some content to our blog. And the first thing we're going to be adding is an About page where we can tell our visitors what our blog is all about. So to do this, we just need to click our site title in the top left to go back to the dashboard. Then we can hover over Pages on the left and click Add New. This is going to open up the WordPress page editor, and the first thing we're going to do is give our page a title. And for this example, I'm going to call mine About Me. But you can type something different if you like. Then we're going to click into the box underneath, and we can just start typing any text we want on our page. But to save time, I'm just going to delete this, and instead paste in some text I have copied. Then if we have any text we want to turn into a larger heading, we just need to click into that line of text, and then click this P symbol on the left. Then we can choose Heading, and we'll see that the text is now a lot bigger. Then I'm just going to do the same thing again for the other heading I have on my page. So we just need to click into the line of text, click the P symbol to the left, and then choose Heading. And now that we've added any headings we want, we're also going to want to add an image. And to do this, we just need to take a new line where we want the image to appear, and then click the plus symbol on the right. Then here we're going to choose Image, and then click Upload in the middle. Now we just need to find the image on our computer, click on it and click Open. And when we do this, we'll see our image now appears in the editor. Then once we're happy with everything on our page, we just need to click Publish in the top right. It's going to ask us if we're sure, and we just need to click Publish again. And now, once it's published, if we click where it says View Page, we'll be brought to our new About page, which is now live on our blog. So we have our title at the top, then our text, headings, and image. And if we look at the top, we'll see it's also been added to our menu. And now we can just repeat this process for any other pages we want to add to our blog. But in this example, I'm just going to stick with the About page as it's the most important. And now that we have our About page published, we can get on to the main part of blogging, which is adding our actual blog posts. So to add a blog post, we just need to click our site title in the top left to visit the dashboard. Then we can hover over Posts on the left and click Add New. And here we're going to see that the post editor is almost exactly the same as the page editor. So we just need to give our post a title at the top. Then once again we can click into the box below and start typing any text we want on our post. But just like last time, to save time, I'm going to delete this and paste in some text I already have copied. Then if we want to add some larger text headings in our post, we just need to click into that line of text, click the P symbol on the left, and choose Heading. Then once we've done that, we'll also want to add an image to our post as well. To do this, we just need to take a new line where we want the image to appear in our post, and then click the plus symbol on the right. Then here we're going to choose Image, and then click Upload in the middle. Now we just need to find the image on our computer, click on it, and click Open. And when we do this, we'll see it now appears in the editor. So up until this point, adding posts has been exactly the same as adding pages, but this is where it gets a little different. If we look to the right, we'll see we have a few options here that we didn't have in the page editor. Things like categories, tags, and featured image. And the first thing we're going to do here is add our post to a category and add a few tags. And to do this, we just need to click on Categories to open it up, and then click Add New Category. Then here we can type our category into the box labelled New Category Name, and as my post is about making a cup of coffee, I'm going to create a category called Coffee. And now that we're done here, we can add a few tags. So we just want to click into Tags underneath to open it up, and we can simply type any tags we want to add to our post into this box, and then hit Return on our keyboard to add them. And for my example, I'm going to add Coffee Tutorial, How to Make Coffee, and Best Cup of Coffee. Then once we've added any tags we want, we can add a featured image to our post. And to do this, we just need to click where it says Featured Image, and then click Set Featured Image. Then we're going to click Upload Files at the top, select Files in the middle, and then search for the image on our computer. And when we find it, we can click on it and click Open. And then once our image has been uploaded, we can click Set Featured Image in the bottom right, and we'll see that it now appears here in the options. And don't worry if it doesn't look quite right here, it will look much better on our blog. And now that we've added our featured image, we can publish our new blog post. We just need to click Publish in the top right, and then click Publish again to confirm. Then we can click View Post, and we'll be brought to our new blog post, which is now live on our site. So as we can see, we have our title at the top, then any text, headings and images we added. Then below this we also have a comment section, where our visitors can leave a comment after reading our post. Then if we scroll back up to the top, and click Home in our menu, we'll see that our post now appears here, along with our thumbnail image. And if we click the Continue Reading button, it'll bring us into the post itself. And at this point, if we look to the right, we can also see that the Recent Posts widget is now showing in our sidebar. And now that we know how it's done, we just need to repeat the process for any more posts we're going to create. So that's us now at the end of this video, and that was how to start a blog on WordPress step by step.